Welcome back, folks. A large voting bloc in this country are Catholic voters. And to me, it was really interesting the other day when Kamala Harris said that she's not going to be participating in the Al Smith dinner, which is normally a great fundraiser for Catholic charities. And Donald Trump is going to be there, but Kamala Harris is not. And then started thinking, well, is she really treating Catholic voters with respect? And wanted to bring on someone who is well known, been doing this for many years, and a real expert on these issues. He's host of In Depth at soulsandliberty.com. Gary Michael Voris is with us. And how are you, my friend? Welcome. Good day.
I'm doing very well, Jeff. Thank you. God bless you for all your work, and God bless all your viewers and supporters as well. Keep it up, guys. Fight, 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 right?
Yes. Well, tell us about this election, Gary, and how this is really working out for Catholic voters. Do we have a real choice here in this election? I mean, do you think Kamala Harris is really making a pitch for the Catholic vote?
Well, she's making a pitch for it, but she's making a pitch for a segment of it that is not really Catholic at all, besides the fact that they were baptized. They're the ones who don't go to Mass and don't have anything to do with the church and all that sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, this is a real, very clear choice, and specifically for Catholic voters, Christians as well, Protestants also, but specifically Catholic voters, because this was a big, huge snub against Catholic voters to just turn down the invitation to the Al Smith dinner. The dinner's named after Al Smith, who was the first Catholic politician to run for president, as governor of New York back in the 20s. It's just been this big fundraising dinner. It's a ha-ha, sort of, jabbing each other kind of fun thing.
Right.
It's not it's not like sit down and have a theological discussion.
So why would she say no? Why would she say no to that, Gary? Why would she turn that down?
Because she has a horrible, horrible anti-Catholic record. The Biden administration picked up from the Obama administration going after the Little Sisters of the Poor, forcing them to, include abortion and contraception coverage and everything in their insurance. They've won twice or three times at the Supreme Court, and every time they win, the whole communist regime, the whole establishment comes at them through another thing. They've been in court since 2010. Here we are 12, 13 years later, still unresolved on this. She attacked one of Trump's judicial nominees for the federal court system, specifically going after him because he was a member of the Knights of Columbus. And these aren't her secret intentions. People are mind reading. She said it. She said it in the Senate Judiciary Committee from the panel. She said, well, I'm very concerned about your membership in the Knights of Columbus, making you unfit for the office. I mean, imagine if she said that to a Muslim or, a Jew or somebody. Holy crap, the world would explode.
So you've compiled.
She went after David Daleiden, a good Catholic, and the whole Planned Parenthood thing when she was in California. I mean, she has a horrible anti-Catholic record, and I just think she turned down this invitation. They probably just did a little mathematics and said, should we put her up on the stage there with Trump, who's going to just lance into her about all this Catholic stuff, and take a black eye that way, or take a black eye the other way and just not show up, and it'll just all die down. I don't know which was the smarter political strategic move to make, but it's all based on whichever way. She's boxed in a corner. She can't stand authentic Catholics and authentic Catholic teachers.
I think this should be a wake-up call to all Catholics out there. And you have documented how the Biden-Harris administration has been anti-Catholic now for the entire 4 years. They've been at war with Catholics and the church. What the FBI has done to Catholic traditionalists, labeling them as potential domestic terrorists. I mean, I'm still flabbergasted by that. How about pro-life supporters, how they've treated folks who are just expressing their pro-life beliefs, treated them like terrorists? You have documented, and I just want to get this out, that you have documented just in a year period from 2022 to 2023, 116 documented attacks on pro-life organizations, including pregnancy centers. And has anything been done about that, Gary?
Zero. Not all, but that is a large work of Catholics in the pro-life movement, the pregnancy centers and all of that. And no, they've actually targeted them. And it's I'm going to call it what it is, the Harris-Biden administration and their Justice Department that have gone after that. I mean, Mark Houck, who was running for Congress in Pennsylvania, first-term congressman in Pennsylvania, had his door kicked in, guns held at his, his whole family of little children. He's a relatively young family. They hauled him off, and this was after, because he was out in front of a abortion chamber in Pennsylvania, 2021, I think it was 2022, and he was just standing there praying, and some wild-eyed, crazy pro-abort came over and started threatening his boy, 7-year-old boy, and so Houck just shoved him back, get away from my son, like any dad would, a good normal dad.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
The county declined to press charges, the city, all of them, nobody pressed charges, and all of a sudden, the Biden-Harris DOJ, Harris-Biden DOJ, sends in a SWAT team into his house in the early hours of the morning to haul him away. And put him on trial, which he won, by the way. This is just nuts. Putting spies in Catholic parishes around the country, lying about it in front of Congress. I mean, they got a real bone up there, about Catholics, and this is just the keystone of it.
Right. And I just want to say this, and unfortunately we got to go, but I want to have you back on for more in-depth conversation about this, because I'm a Catholic. I'm very offended by all of this. I think we need to get a lot more people energized about it. You have done great work for 40 years, Gary, and I want to commend you for that. Emmy Award-winning veteran of the news industry. And check him out at soulsandliberty.com. Gary Michael Voris, thank you, sir.